Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
All right.
Yes, it is. It is
Welcome,
us.
everybody, to another episode
I should hear out of both ears.
of Sipping on Excellence. I am Dr. Lionel Hunt, and always with me, acting a fool over there, is life coach Kenneth Johnson.
That's what life is about, acting a fool.
Better known as Coach KJ.
That is I.
Oh, man.
That's my new one. That is I.
That is I. Welcome, y'all, man. We got a good episode coming up for y'all today. It is
Really good. Okay,
I'm
I'm going to get my phone out.
dude. It is in response to what women didn't like about men, what we do and don't.
What their irritations,
Yes.
their frustrations, their whatever.
What's wrong with us?
What's wrong with us?
And so we decided, you know what? It can't be all about us. So now, today,
I'm locking and loading.
I hope y'all are ready, because now it's what's wrong with them. Are y'all ready? I don't know. What do you think, Coach? You think they ready, man?
Nobody's ever ready.
No, because you know
Nobody's
what it
ever
is?
ready to hear about themselves.
Here's the funny thing. You know, you'd be surprised at how many women after that first episode about what's wrong with us who reached out to me and said, you know, well, what do men think? You know, and I was like, y'all sure you want to hear that? Well, we're tired of men getting a bad rap, this, that, and the other. Well, y'all stop giving us a bad rap.
Yeah.
And so,
But didn't that and creating that episode, didn't that come from, they felt like we were
bashing women.
Right.
Not really bashing, but just saying negative things, pointing out their negatives.
pointing out their negatives, but not really pointing out their negatives, pointing out the ways to their rights.
Yeah, and just what we were doing, what we've
Like
been
that?
doing.
You like that?
Is funny. Just the whole reason for this podcast is to teach everybody give everybody our opinions on basically everything, and our life experience, what we deal with every day, and what we've realized, like you just said, people don't like to hear the truth.
People don't like to hear the truth, but they somehow want to be better. So isn't the fastest way to getting better is to also know the truth? Exactly.
And so we, like we did with the women out there, we polled men and said, tell us some things that women do or don't do that you don't quite sit well with, you know? And since there's no women on the panel here for us to say, well, what's one thing about you that men dislike? I'm going to start off with there's one thing that was universal. Mm-hmm. Women can't handle the truth. And so we're going to qualify this by saying as well, there's always exceptions to every rule. Mm-hmm. We're speaking in general, and we're speaking about men's experiences based on their experience.
Of course.
And not every man has experienced every woman. So we're just giving you guys some information. Mm-hmm. Don't think that we're categorizing you all into one category.
We would never do that.
Yeah, it's just...
There's no such thing.
No. And so don't come at me. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
You can come at him.
Nah, don't come at me.
You know what, though? You can come at him. He ready for that smoke.
So yeah,
because he's way too logical. Oh my gosh, you made me call Baby Choke.
About to choke himself up.
You know it's true. That's all you hear.
But what's funny is that, you know, all these people gave us feedback about we want to hear. But do you really want to hear? Because one of the things was y'all can't handle the truth. And maybe it's not that women don't want to hear the truth. Maybe they just don't want to hear it all at once. And one thing that I've noticed is that they want it sort of sugar coated a little bit.
I think it has to come in a drip.
You can't just turn the faucet on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for us, you say you want to hear the truth. You know, when you tell us the truth, the faucet's on, it's pouring, it's flooding the floors, and we're just trying to figure our way out of that. But at the same time, okay, I got it. I hear you. I got it.
And so one of the things that we wish was different was that they were willing and able to hear the truth without judgment.
Correct.
And hear our truth. Not necessarily, it's not the truth, it's just our truth.
Yeah, that's it.
Because with men, before we answer a simple question, how do I look tonight? We spin in our head, is the truth, where's this going?
Where's this
Am I going to get in trouble for the answer if it's not what she wants to hear? Yes, we all think that. And that's just something little.
And even if it's a positive answer, still not the exact answer.
Yeah.
So we're like, we get a little squeamish.
And it's not like we're lying to you when we don't tell you the whole truth. We're just giving you the parts of the truth we know you can handle right now.
Because at the end of the day, we want our peace.
Everything that you're going to hear in this episode is centered around us just finding peace.
Peace and respect.
Yes. That's a big one.
It's huge.
So if you ask us, what you doing tonight? I'm like, we're just going out with the boys. Well, with who? Just some of the guys. If one of those guys is somebody you don't like, I'm just not going to tell you he's going. Because I don't care if you like him or not. That's my boy. And if he's part of the group, I just respectfully omit him. Because that's a fight that I'm not looking to have.
No.
You know?
And you can tell him straight up, like, not tonight, bro.
Or no, he can go.
Yeah.
I'm just not telling you he went. If you find out later, that's your business.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me specifically if he was going. Right?
Man. But we don't live in that space.
No.
We do not live in that space. One of the things that I find interesting, though, and we've discussed this before, is that women typically, when we talked about their frustrations, whatever it is with men, it was always that the boyfriend that they just broke up with, or the husband, or that they're just got into a fight with, or it was something that's so distinct with someone in particular, as opposed to men. When you ask those questions, is this, and this, can't stand it, or this, I don't like it when women.
Because they thought about all the women that have come across their path. Whereas a lot of women will think about that dude who's left a bad taste in their mouth, the most recent. Not all of you. Some of you gave back some answers that were just general, but for most part, you can tell the ones where they were digging in.
Yeah. But no guy I asked, it was very general.
What's funny is the one thing that a lot of women disliked in men is the one thing that they're known for that men dislike in them, which is their inability to make a decision. You don't want a man that's indecisive, but yet you're indecisive to no end. And maybe that's why you don't want a man who's indecisive, because you need somebody to make decisions. So I'm gonna tell y'all ladies this. Yeah, we don't like that. we accept it, and that's not a red flag, because if indecisiveness was a red flag, no men would date a woman.
Right.
It's just because we all assume that you guys are indecisive. Yeah. No matter what job you have, no matter what titles you own, no matter what your station is in life, ask a woman, hey, what do you feel like eating tonight? I don't know. Are you okay with this? I don't know, whatever you want. Let a dude say that, and he's in he's getting eaten up.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that they like the same things,
Correct.
but I mean, they dislike the same things, men and women, but it's responded to very different.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, it's like our dislike with your indecisiveness, like using the dinner thing. I think the difference is we as men, and especially trying to be the alpha male, so to speak, it is very paramount that we put your foot down, say, this is it.
Yeah.
You know, there you might get kickback for your indecisiveness.
Yeah.
But part of that is a test to see how secure you are in you making your decisions. Like, no, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
They're like, but, everybody got a but.
Yeah.
Let's go. Leading into something that I reading some of the answers, one of the things is the boss and the masculine energy.
Yes. I don't care for you to be, and most men don't care if you're a boss. You can't want a man to lead and then you throw "I'm a boss" in his face. Because a man who wants to lead is going to take that as, oh, you're your own man. You don't need me to lead. And the man you want, which is that masculine man, isn't going to want that masculine woman. So there was a psychologist that I follow on IG. I forget her name, but she said it perfectly. She's like, a woman who is in her masculine, all she wants to be able to do is be able to release and set and be in her feminine. And it takes the right man to be able to do that. But it also has to be the onus of a woman to understand that you're in your masculine and you have to be willing to take accountability for being in your masculine and let that go. You know, you being in your masculine is not our fault. We didn't put you there. You chose to be in that position. And a lot of women will say, well, I'm forced to be there because I have to do everything myself. I get it, but you can still find your feminine side.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of strong women who can be very feminine and will dial that man side of them, that masculine side of them back.
Correct. My wife.
In the presence of the right man.
My wife, she's that person. She, so many years she had to take care of.
Yeah.
She's been on her own since early.
Yeah.
Teens. Like literally on her own. So her behaviors came from learning and seeing other women or other people and tapping into like, okay, she's doing great at this job. Why is she doing great at this job? I'm going to find out. Oh, he's doing great. What is it that he's doing? Let me find out. And owning that energy and taking that place so she can have that level of success. But at the same time, she steps back. She says, hey, listen, I want to be a lady. Open the door, say, baby, you looking sexy. She
Right.
wants that. And she takes a step back. And I had to learn to not necessarily, I won't say a step back guy. I'll step in when I need to, but I kind of like, I'm easy breezy. But I learned that I had to take those steps forward a little bit more and say, hey, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Got it. It's like the pause, because they start going, but, and I'm like, everybody got one. All right, let's move on.
I think, something else that really sort of hits home is that women, and I don't know, you'll take this a certain way, but you'll just hear me out. Men hate the fact that women have a hard time saying, I'm sorry. Accountability is so huge, and we're expected to apologize when we don't even know when something went wrong. We just say, I'm sorry, just because it's our fault regardless. A lot of you out there, women, do not know how to say I'm sorry. It's those words just are hard to come out. And if a fault or a wrongdoing is pointed out, it always goes back to what Coach just said, the but what about? Mm-hmm.
And the challenge.
Yes. It's always, yes, I may have done this, but what about when you did this? And that happens a lot. And a lot of times your dude may not say anything. I'm going to tell you guys, we hate it. Mm-hmm. It's a strong dislike. Instead of you just saying, I'm going to own this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wrong for this. I'm sorry. How hard does that? It's like pulling teeth, man, to get those two words. Mm-hmm. I'm always curious as to why that is. Maybe we have to ask some people.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm, married twice. I've seen it both times. I've seen it early on. I've seen it. It's just so, or it gets to the point where, well, I'm sorry I did that, but it's a bypass.
You blow right through it.
Yeah, because they have to point out something you did, and it might be something they held on to for years in order for them to be okay in that situation, in that scenario. And I'm like, that has no bearing on what we're talking about now.
Which leads us to, we dislike the fact that y'all can't let shit go.
Oh, man.
It's a wrongdoing, a discussion, an argument, a disagreement. It's never over. Mm-hmm. It gets, with us, we think it's resolved, we move on. You guys just hit the pause button. And then you ready to hit play on any given moment's notice.
Yeah.
And we as men, we tolerate it because we don't have a choice, but it really rubs every single one of us wrong.
Every single man.
Every single man.
Across the board.
Hates when people bring up the past when we thought it was resolved. Mm-hmm. Because it always goes back to, but what about when you did? Well, didn't we discuss that already? I thought we got past that.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're gonna get some flashes at us saying, "Well, you guys do the same thing." If it wasn't resolved, we will do it.
Or if something happened in the past and we thought it was resolved, and you bring it up, then we start realizing, like, oh, okay, you're going to keep bringing it up. So now we're going to start doing the eggshell dance. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And when we're doing the eggshell. Well, are you doing that because? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because I feel that I don't have a safe space right now.
I'm one sentence away from you losing your shit, and then we got to go through this spiral of emotion again.
The word that I use, or something I said, or it was a trigger, and then that trigger leads to my triggers, because my trigger is that I need to be safe. So I'm gonna do that eggshell dance, because guess what? It ain't worth it.
Bringing in the old you to a new relationship. Every man will say and will tell you, I am not him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whatever he did to you, I'm not him. So when you say all men are trash, just like you guys hate it when we say all women are crazy, we say that because we think things are crazy that we don't understand. We don't mean, you guys are psycho, need to be, straitjacket. But also, when you guys say all men are trash or all men are dogs, mm-hmm. and you have no problems saying that to us when you're dating us, we're going to assume that's how you feel about us as well. You're saying that because of the dogs and the trash men that you dated in your past. So for you to say all men are trash, then why are you dating me?
In other words, you are not writing a novel. You are stuck in the same chapter.
Yeah.
And wondering why this book is not producing.
Yeah, wondering why this shit ain't working.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you're already assuming I'm not trash. You're just waiting to smell the trash. You know what I mean? You're just waiting for that lid to open. So see, I told him he was trash.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know, stop saying all men are trash. Stop saying all men are dogs. And I've said this once before. If all men were dogs, you should be grateful because there's not a creature that's more loving and more loyal than a dog. And dogs will love you unconditionally. Mm-hmm. A cat will not.
I tried, but that was that's real.
And so it's one of those things that you guys just have to understand. And I keep saying you guys because now we're not talking about us. Mm-hmm. We're talking about you. And I keep saying that because we're going to catch it.
Real.
But we got to keep putting it out there.
Yeah.
This is us now talking to you from the man's point of view.
Yeah, and we got plenty. Of notes. That's why I've just been looking up and down, just going back and forth. Expectations. That those unwanted expectations, the expectations that we know is going on in your head, the expectations that we hear you, the expectations that you never confided in us.
You expect us to understand.
And then, I thought you would.
I shouldn't have to say it. How many times have you heard that?
Oh my God.
I shouldn't have to say it. You don't expect us to read your mind, but then you'll always say, well, I shouldn't have to say it. You should just understand that it needs to be done.
What? That's what I was. What? What should be done?
Like you expect us to read your mind, like on the movie White Men Can't Jump, and the water, the cup of water. Those of you who haven't watched the movie,
go check it.
So what he basically did, she's like, I'm thirsty, and he brings her a cup of water. She gets mad that he brings him that he brought her a cup of water, and he was like, well, shit, you said you were thirsty, so A plus B equals C.
Right.
She was like, no, you should have said, I too know what it's like to be thirsty, and I thirst. You basically, men hate the fact that most of the time you come to us with a problem. You don't want us to fix it. You just want us to hear you out. What will help us help you. When you come to us with an issue, tell us up front, hey, I want you to help me fix this. Or, hey, I just want you to listen.
I need your thoughts on this.
Yes. Do you need a fix, or do you just need us to listen? Mm-hmm. If you guys were that sort of specific, and we don't have to guess, is this one of them times where she just wants me to listen, or one of these times where she wants me to give my opinion and answer? If we don't have to guess, the less we have to guess with you guys, the better our relationship will be. Mm-hmm. The end. I'm done. I mean, think about it, right?
Yeah.
We get sick of it being a guessing game.
A guessing game that we're supposed to know. And the thing is, it's like, you ever see in the military when, you're in the movies or whatever, and you see the squad, they're running, mm-hmm. and then you got the one that was disobedient or whatever happened. He's running around them while they're running forward. So he's never really truly catching up. He has to run that much harder. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. That's exhausting.
Yeah. There was a couple other good ones that your boy had.
Yes,
him.
J-Bug.
Yes.
Being needy, but not asking for exactly what you want. Just expecting a man to know.
To figure, just tell us what you want.
Right.
Break it down simple for us.
Oh, this is a good one. Reading into things instead of listening to what was said or paying attention to what is going on.
So.
Oh my goodness, this one's got me, boy. Yeah. This is a good one.
So ladies, we do not speak in code.
Nope.
When you're looking for a hidden meaning, it is a blank slate behind what was said. There's no there's no hidden meaning where fine really didn't mean fine, or there's none of that. Just understand that we don't interpret the world and speak about the world like you. We're very much black and white. We say what we mean, and there's nothing hidden behind it, you know? And so if you ask us if we're hungry and we say no, then we're not hungry. It's that simple. There's nothing else behind it. If a man says, "Hey babe, I love you," don't think that there's something behind it, that he wants something. He's just telling you. We don't have a motive. If we have a motive for something we do, you probably already know what it is because we're telling you what the motive is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
If your man brings you flowers and it's out of the ordinary, don't look for a reason why he brought them to you. Just accept the flowers.
Yeah.
Don't think, oh, what did he do? Did he do something that he's afraid he's going to get in trouble for? Doesn't matter. He brought you flowers and he thought about you today. What does it matter the reason why?
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, my thing, and this is my thing, just listen. Listen. Like, stop hearing me and waiting for me to finish, or cutting me off because you think you know what I'm going to say. Just listen to what I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you for a reason, because I give a damn.
Stop listening to respond.
Yeah.
What somebody accused me of. And so that accusation came because, and I'll tell you why some people think we listen to respond. Women will speak and they'll be on one subject and they'll flip to the next subject and the next subject and have a conversation about all of them at once before we've grasped the first one. If we're still on the first subject and you flip to the second one, I'm going to cut you off until we're done with the first subject, because I don't want to come back to it because I'm not going to remember it. It's that simple.
So in essence, your cutoff is because we need to stay where we are in this moment.
Correct. And
not
so,
bouncing around.
right. So I'll bring a question back to what we were talking about, because I need to clarify this before you jump to, why you're wearing tennis shoes today instead of dress shoes when we were talking about food. But they'll do that and they'll bounce back. Well, I was just talking about this. You don't remember? No, I don't, because once you move to the next subject, that's where we are, the next subject. And so I'm not going to tell you to slow your thought process down, because you guys think about everything all at once.
Yeah. High def.
But don't expect us to keep up. No man can.
At all.
And so that goes back to what Coach said. You guys have unrealistic expectations of our capabilities when it comes to dealing with you. And if you just meet us where we're at and accept us for who we are, it will go so much better for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it almost appears as though we're always trying to meet you where you are, and we can't do it. So you might as well just relax off the throttle a little bit and try to meet us where we are. And then really where we are is just right there in the middle waiting for you. Most of the time we are right there in the middle waiting, as opposed to that was another one, creating drama.
Yes.
Creating unwanted, unsolicited circumstances that shouldn't even exist.
We had somebody tell us once that whenever things are going great with her boyfriend, me and my brother were having this conversation with a woman, and she admitted, when things are going too good, she's like, she'll do a little something to poke the bear,
a little dig,
just a little something to poke the bear, because whatever. Again, too, there's nothing that's more than a very jealous woman. Men hate that. We like that you.
That was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys say that.
Like 4 of them said the same thing.
But notice when we did the poll, none of the 25 women said anything about them not liking a jealous man.
Because
It feeds their insecurities.
Yes. I'm wanted.
And men,
He
we
loves me.
hate a jealous woman. So you don't need to show that you care about your dude by being jealous. That screams insecurity, and most men don't like an insecure woman. There's nothing sexier than a woman who's secure in her womanhood, who's secure in her femininity, who just, we all have certain insecurities, but a woman who's kind of in that moment, like, I'm good, there's nothing sexier than that. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. That's why we like you. You like us. We are not the same. That's the whole point. That's why it works.
You guys always said you don't like an insecure man. This is where we agree. You don't like an insecure man. We don't like an insecure woman. Mm-hmm. So we're both with you on that.
So when you doing that mousy voice,
cut it.
cut it. You're a grown ass woman. Talk like one.
And if you're always, again, something else that men said, you don't like a man that's self-deprecating, that doesn't think highly of himself. We don't like a woman who's always finding fault in herself.
Right.
Oh, I don't like the way I look in this. I don't like that. I don't like this. It gets tiring.
You look good. Acknowledge it. Respect it. Appreciate it. And live in it. That's it. You don't have to wear it like a badge of honor, but you just do you.
Yes. And if you are unsure about something and you really want our opinion, be okay with hearing our opinion.
Mm-hmm. If you don't want it,
Don't ask.
don't ask. Don't ask. Because what we'll do is we'll go, are you sure you want to hear the truth? Are you really sure? Because I need certainty.
Or because he doesn't want you to read into his statement, he's going to be like, nah, you're fine.
Yeah.
And just leave it at that, because that right there allows him to just find peace.
But also what goes into the listening aspect and the hearing versus listening is also, you're not only cutting us off because you're waiting to tell us something, mm-hmm. You're going to tell us way too much unnecessary emotional detail that's attached to it. So not only didn't get a chance to finish what I'm saying, you're telling me about what you needed to tell me, and you give me a ton of detail that I don't even need.
So if you're going to talk to us about something, don't talk to us like you're telling the story to your girlfriends.
Right.
Give us the Cliff Notes versions for those of you who are of our generation.
Yeah.
Give us the synopsis. Give us the Instagram post definition. Give us the keywords. For those of you who are younger. You know what? Give us the tweet.
Yes. Yes.
Give us
the old tweet.
The old tweet.
140 characters.
Because no man wants that much detail. He just wants you to get to the point so he can understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. Just wants clarity.
The blow by blow. How was work today? Oh, work was great. Cool. What happened today at work? Something cool happened? Oh, yeah, we hired a new assistant. Cool. I don't need to know that she wore this dress and that you didn't like the shoes because they didn't match her toenails, blah, 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 and all that detail doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because that has nothing to do with work. Now, if you gave me detail about work, I had this project and I did this, this, and this. Oh, okay.
Let me inquire about it. Let me ask for more detail.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like, all right, cool, that part of the conversation is over. We've checked out. We're ready to go on to the next one.
Yeah.
So be okay with just not treating us like your girlfriend. You have girlfriends for that.
You have girlfriends. You do have girlfriends. Gender specific. Girlfriends to the girlfriends. Girlfriend to the guy. Friend. Different. Even your guy friends. Different. All of them. If he's a homie.
Different.
And straight.
I've told my female friends, and I say this a lot, we're sitting there talking, and one in particular, she talks a lot. And what I've noticed is that the reason why we look glazed over sometimes, and I have to catch myself when I talk to certain people.
I can only imagine.
I have to catch myself because I'm like, it's a lot. I mean, for example, my mom, I could sit on the phone with my mom and she'll just talk. But I like hearing her out because we don't get to talk every day, you know. But there's some people, if I don't want to shoot the shit with you, I want to get to the point.
Yeah.
And if I ask you how's your day, and then I put the phone down and then I don't get a word in edgewise, because it's almost like you like hearing yourself talk. And we truly wish that we could just hear the point. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not hard. It's
my cousin used to always do this. He'll point. Mm-hmm. He said, "Get to the end of it." He's just,
but
get to the end of it.
And I hope you guys are taking all this stuff in, because we're telling you things that your dudes are not going to tell you. Mm-hmm. So they tell us so we can tell you. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth.
Yeah. We're trying to open you up, open up that mind. Well, someone said also, just the inherent investigative.
Oh yeah.
Gene. And then just
FBI, CIA, the Mossad, the
NCIS,
everything all wrapped up into one.
LL Cool J,
you know, everybody's secret police, just
Dragnet.
Yeah. You know, it's like you guys can't take anything at face value. And so, girl, he blinked twice today. What does that mean? Let's go look through his phone. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Or we'll take that deep dive in social media and we'll be like, well, let's see whose pictures he's liking. Let's see. So here's what's funny. So I've had women tell me they meet a dude and then they do their investigation and they do that deep dive into social media and all this stuff. And they look at who's following him, who he's following. How many girls does he follow?
They're TMZ.
Yeah.
Because I was watching TMZ the other night and I was like, how do they know who follow who or they unfollow? They have a crew of people that's all they do. They have a set group of people. But these women are doing the exact same thing.
And can do it in 2 seconds. Boom. On their phone and just, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he follows too many women, or he's following too many of this or that. He's really into this or that. I'm just like, and then I heard one woman say he's got too many women that follow him. So he must be. I'm like, he can't help who clicks on his page. He's public, you know. But it's little things like that you end up overreading. You know, somebody said on the things that women dislike is taking their niceness as, oh, she's into me, or being flirtatious. Goes the same way too. If we're kind to you or overly kind, oh, he's into me, or he's trying to hit on me.
Oh, 100%.
We don't like when we're misjudged. It's that simple. Just because we hold the door for you doesn't mean we want to date you. I'm just being nice. You know? And so just like how you don't like that to be a mistake, we don't like it to be a mistake either. Only difference is, if we're too nice in certain venues, we can get in trouble. If I'm too nice to you at work, I get in trouble. If you're too nice to me at work, nothing happens.
Yeah. I'm going to point out one other.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's roll through.
They say men are terrible at communication, but women will rather go to their friends and talk about their relationship issues rather than discuss it with their partner.
Happens a lot.
Yes. And we talked about this actually a couple of times recently. Keep that shit at home. You got problems. Not your girlfriend's problems, not your mama's problems,
Because your bitter girlfriends, the ones that are in a relationship they're not happy in, or they're single and they wish they had your man, will never give you good advice.
Mm-hmm. I knew someone, and his wife had a very famous friend. Mm-hmm. She went through a very nasty, bitter divorce. She was so bitter and so pissy. She ended up chiming in her ear, got her to divorce her man too.
Yeah.
Because she had the clout. She had the she had everything going for her. So she was like, well, she knows. I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous. She's this celebrity.
And her man still left. And why did he leave? Because of all these issues that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You know, keep your business your business. And it's funny because I have female friends of mine that are married, and they'll come to me and want to talk to me about their husband. I'm like, did you tell this to your man? Well, no, I'm just venting. Vent to him.
Mm-hmm. Tell him.
Vent to him. That's what he's there for. If he doesn't know why, well, he just doesn't listen. I've told him. Did you tell him, or did you talk at him?
Say that again.
You know, did you talk at him, or did you have a real conversation?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference, because if you were having it with him the way you're having it with me, I promise you he would listen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got another one. This guy was saying that what his problem his issue is, they want to always be respected and taken seriously, but at the same time, doing the provocateur, doing the OnlyFans, doing the Instagram, doing all these things that say otherwise. So the imbalance of what they're saying and the being taken serious and respected a certain way, but at the same time, everything's out.
So
that's a single guy. As you
coming from this single guy.
Yeah.
We've said this before, and all the single men I know who I've talked to will say the same thing. If you are out there on social media, the chances of us looking at you and being like, you know what, I could get serious with her, very, very slim. Mm-hmm. If I met you and you were out there on social media, if it's not your business, meaning this isn't your primary ways of making money, you're just out there because you enjoy the attention, then something's got to change, or else I can't be with you. Men don't like that. Men are very territorial.
Yes.
And we don't like if a man other than us has access. Mm-hmm. We don't want the world having access to what we feel belongs to us. Not meaning that we own you, but in this relationship, we're very territorial. We don't want any man to have the same access that we have. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. That's why no man ever wants to picture in his mind. You've seen The Best Man. No man ever wants to picture in his mind another dude sleeping with his girl.
I just saw that one part, like,
right? Yeah, he's flashing back. He's crying not because we assume that we want that you've never had a past. We just don't want to picture it, and we don't want to know that at any given time, any man can flip open his phone and see every bit of you.
Yeah.
Like I said, now if this is your job, then I have to be okay with this being your job. But if you are just doing it for attention,
at least it's my decision at that point.
If you're just doing it for attention, a man won't tell you this early on because he's trying to smash.
Right.
But he's not going to take you as serious as you think. Mm-hmm. I promise you that. I'm telling you, it ain't just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's dudes from all walks of life.
Yeah. 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 I'll let you talk on that one.
Yeah, it's the truth. And then, the clapback's going to be, Well, why do you guys go online and like those pictures then? You know why? Because we're visual creatures.
And she ain't in my lab. She's
I don't
not
know
with me.
her.
I don't
It's a
know
picture.
her.
Oh, she's hot.
I keep it moving.
Yeah.
Good for
Same,
her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same reason why we watch porn.
Yeah.
We're visual creatures. I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, I could have her. I want her. I'm not sitting there hoping, I hope she sees me liking her picture so I can slide in her DM and all this stuff. No. But you guys get a dopamine rush when that bikini pic gets that, 5,000 likes, comments. You thrive off of that dopamine high when that little notification comes on. Somebody else slid into my DMs. I got 50. If nobody slid into your DMs, you'll probably take that picture down because you'll think nobody liked it. And to say you post it for you, we know that's not true. I don't care what you say.
Because I felt good about my
Yes.
body. I had body positivity that day.
Yes, we know better, y'all. And so that's one more thing that the single men in this world, we're not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you on this podcast. We don't like that shit. Or do you, but we're going to look at you just a little different. And it all has to do with not what you're posting, but your reason for posting it. Mm-hmm. And unless you tell us otherwise, we're going to assume it's for one reason only. You know what I mean? You're looking for attention. We don't like women who their whole goal in life is attention seeking. Yeah. We all like some attention, but too much attention seeking behavior, it's a turn off.
Yeah. This is something that I've seen across the board as well. And we just talked about it, especially with equality and equity, is I want everything because I'm equal to a man, but I don't want it all. I want man, but I want man liked.
I only want the man good stuff. I don't want the man bad.
I don't want the bad stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. It's going to go towards kind of relationships.
Okay.
Men across the board said, why is it that what you do to catch him isn't what you do to keep him? You look nice, you dress up, you wear lingerie, you do all these things, you get your hair and your nails done regularly, you do all these things. Mm-hmm. And then once you get him, and you got him, meaning once you get married or something like that, a lot of that goes to the wayside. Before you get married or before you really started dating and really becoming that couple, the woman who used to go to bed naked now wears flannel nightgowns, just little things like that. You used to never leave the house without being put together, whether it's a baseball cap and jeans, but you were always put together. And now,
yeah, you had your game. You had your game face on.
Now you're like, I got it, dude. I don't care. I'm just going to grab and go. And there's a reason why we as men talk about the mom. Mm-hmm. We hate the mom look. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, like when they came back with that mom jean thing, and it's like, yeah, no, that's not a look.
Yeah, we hate the mom look. The baggy sweatshirt pants that don't match, your sweats have holes in it, or now you got leggings that are ripped on the side, or beat up tennis shoes, and I haven't combed my hair in days because I got to run behind the kids. And it's that let yourself go look. Remember, your man, no matter how long you've been married, is still a visual creature. And he's always going to want to look at you and say, damn, my wife is beautiful. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be like, she's the mother of my kids, so she's always going to be beautiful. Right. He knows that. And he knows the potential of you when you doll it up when he says, let's have a date night. But there's nothing wrong with keeping yourself together. And that was one of the things that was said there, meaning pay attention to your health. We hate when a woman does not pay attention to her health. Go to the gym, work out. Not because I want you to look a certain way, but I know you'll be healthier. You'll feel better, which means you'll treat me better.
Once you get in that body, man, that body works on that mind.
Yes.
It's because it's the fastest way to a level of gratification, even for yourself. just that self-love. It's like I go to the gym Monday through Friday. I do this, this, and this. It don't have to be a whole lot, but after 2-3 weeks, oh man, I feel good. Oh, my energy's good. Oh, my drive is different. Everyone, men and women,
Yes.
drive is way different
Yes.
when they start working out on a regular basis.
And back to expectations. Don't have expectations of us that you don't have for yourself,
Right.
because we will notice and we will try to hold you accountable. And one of two things will happen. You'll either step up or we'll step off. It's that simple. And when I mean step off, we may not go anywhere, but mentally we check out.
Yeah.
Because we're providers, we're going to always provide for you, but mentally we've checked out.
Yeah.
And now we're roommates. And what's one of the reasons we become roommates? Y'all stop having sex with us. That's real. I talk to my married friends, I'm like, dude, when's the last time you had sex? And I just laugh. They're like, sex ends with marriage, which is the craziest shit ever.
Yeah.
You know? And so it goes back to whatever you did to get your man, do that same shit to keep him. It's that simple. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get tired. It only does if you let it go away.
Yeah. You got them now. We should be experimental. We should be trying things, being at one with each other, being in that space like, oh shit, we can do anything now.
Right. I'm
'cause
learning.
it is nobody else but
No
us.
holds barred. I don't have to hold back.
Yeah.
You know? And this is the time for you to really get to know that person and really try to understand where they're coming from. And I think be less about you and more about the we, the us. Not us as men, but us as a unit.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing more unsexy than a selfish woman. And unfortunately, a lot of y'all out there are very selfish. But I do for my man, I do this. Yeah, but you're missing the point. You're still selfish. Not all of you, but a lot are. And you need to understand why that is. And I hope you guys can, don't look at this podcast that we're doing tonight as we're bashing you guys. We're giving some constructive criticism. We're giving some feedback from the men who are in your life that won't tell you. And you can either just choose to take it in and maybe even sit down. Here's a good idea. Sit down with your dude and listen to this.
Actually listen
to both of them.
Both of them. Yeah.
And have that conversation. Listen to one and then listen to the other. And then come back and go stand in the mirror and maybe bring up, what do I think men don't like about me? Have you ever thought about that? We might need to talk about that. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what do people complain about? What has my husband complained about me? Or just has anyone said anything negative about me? Or do I think people find this a little bit off-putting? What is it?
And don't run from it. Face it.
Address it.
Address it. You get a lot of answers. You get a lot of love and a lot of respect for self. You'll grow faster. And your relationship will be out of control. If you're not in one, you'll probably find one faster because you're more available.
Yes.
Between the ears.
Take the time to really just sit back, process everything. Ask your dude questions. We say this all the time. Communicate. Communicate with, if you're single, communicate with your male friends. Your girlfriends can't tell you what men like. Your girlfriends can't tell you what men don't like.
Ask him questions without ever giving a response to his answer. Just ask him questions. Say, that's interesting. Open-ended questions.
And if you asking him a question about what he thinks, when he gives you the answer, don't hear the answer and then be like, but this, or but should not be in there. Say something like, okay, yes, I understand. I hear you. have you also thought about this or that? Keep it a positive conversation, because the minute you say but, it automatically takes it into the negative. So keep the word but out of the conversation, and then it turns into a healthy conversation and not a debate.
Yeah. And try to reduce so in that conversation. So you're saying if immediately becomes negative.
Yes. This is not a
You're saying what I'm hearing, what I understand, or what I'm getting from this is this. That's how you answer back. And it'll allow for that space to kind of keep fostering, growing.
Repeat what he says to you. What I'm understanding is that you're saying this, and repeat it. Number one, it'll stick. Number two, even if you're not really paying attention, it'll make him think you are. A little pearl for you. It really is that simple.
Yeah.
Repeat what he says, because that will allow you to sit in that topic, and then you can move it through and get in a little more depth by asking questions rather than being accusatory of something. Accusations don't go well with us, because if we do something wrong, we know we did it wrong, and we will apologize for it.
You can't beat us up any more than we beat ourselves up.
The world beats us up enough.
Good luck with that. That never will work.
Yeah.
Because I'll beat myself up and I'm going to figure it out. That's it. That's all I need.
So, in a nutshell, listen, really listen, and be okay with things not being always positive.
Yeah.
Be able to take some constructive criticism. And we always say this, just give him peace. Leave him be.
Communication is a dialogue, not a monologue.
Just saying. We could go on and on, man. This is a topic that I think will come up many times as bits and pieces. And what's funny and what's interesting is that a lot of the things that women don't like are the exact same things that men don't like. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, neither tells the other.
That's why we're here.
So these last two podcasts of these that we broke these down on, this is only scraping the tip of the iceberg, but at least it should open up a dialogue between you and your friends, colleagues, partners of the opposite sex. It's all about learning, and you'll never completely understand, but being open to learning more about the opposite sex. Communicate.
It's a good one, man.
My man. Coach, where are they going to find you, dog?
Oh, they're going to find me. Breathe. They're going to find me at Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com.
They're going to find me at huntspine.com. You're going to find me at thehuntfoundation.org. Doing good things over there, y'all. You're going to also find me at Leonel Hunt on IG. I am not on TikTok. I am not on dating apps. If you're getting scammed, you're getting scammed. It ain't me.
Ooh, you got stories to tell me later. Anyway.
Anyhow, man, go check us out at SOE_podcast on IG. PodcastSOE.com. We are doing big things. We're going to keep growing. YouTube comes out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. Spotify, Apple, you name it, we're there.
Where you looking?
Yeah, we there. All right, man, it's been real.
We out.